Should we be more risky? Is that advice from the Chancellor one that you would echo?
Definitely not. The Chancellor announced several measures yesterday to deregulate the financial sector. And most important and concerning to us at Positive Money was the loosening of mortgage lending, which could actually make buying a house even harder. There are so many solutions to the housing crisis, but this certainly isn't one of them. And ultimately, deregulation is not going to lead to the kind of growth that will benefit ordinary people. There's a wealth of evidence showing that trickle down just doesn't work.
And talking about these mortgages, it's effectively it would allow people to take on bigger mortgages. Is that correct?
Yeah, so a key part of this would be increasing the loan to income ratio to 4.5 times of income. And the Bank of England have actually reported that this move could push up house prices, which pulls the housing ladder even further out of reach for first-time buyers. And they actually warned that no more than 15% of mortgages across the whole sector should be going across this limit. So it's really concerning. I mean, the last financial crash was driven by a subprime mortgage bubble bursting. We really can't afford a repeat of that, especially now when the financial system is so fragile, as we've seen the impact of Trump tariffs and an ongoing cost of living crisis. This just isn't the time to be pushing for more deregulation.
And what do you make of these suggestions of potentially the Chancellor was considering reducing the amount of money people could put into cash ISAs to try and encourage them to put it into stocks and shares ISAs, for example, instead? What do you make of this suggestion, this encouragement from the Chancellor to effectively get us all to maybe dabble on the markets a little?
Well, we were really pleased that Rachel Reeves didn't slash the cap on tax-free cash ISAs, which she was rumoured to be doing. We actually ran a big petition and about 30,000 people signed it. So this is a very clear sign that people don't want to be pushed into moving their savings into something risky without, choosing to do so. And yeah, that's not to say that, savers couldn't be making better choices, but that's something that they should be making the decision about. They shouldn't be forced to do that by the government or big banks changing regulations just so that they can make even more profits and push people into the markets, which are not going to deliver the improvements to the economy that people want. People want better public services. They want their bills to come down. And none of that is going to be the result of driving up stock prices even more.
Where do we stand at the moment on the number of mortgages being approved? How successful are people, especially first-time buyers, in achieving and being able to obtain a mortgage?
Well, one of the biggest barriers to getting a house is actually the deposit. So yet again, that's a bit of evidence that shows that increasing the income lending ratio is not going to actually tackle it. And beyond which, we've got to consider that the housing crisis isn't just about home ownership. We've got some of the highest rates of homelessness in Europe. Renting tenures is still in a mess. The government still hasn't passed their renters reform bill. So there's a whole host of solutions that this government should be looking to try and fix the housing crisis. And yeah, loosening mortgage rules certainly isn't one of them.
What else would you like to see? Because obviously we've got the budget coming in October. What else is on your kind of watch list for the Chancellor and for the government?
Well, in terms of solutions to the housing crisis, increasing the stock of social homes, so either building them or giving councils the money to buy council homes back, because we've seen a huge decimation in that level. Also, bringing in rent controls to help with the cost of living crisis. Considering increasing taxes on second homes. That's a policy that we've seen working in Wales. Then there's also delivering more funding to retrofit our houses. That would help bring down bills and increase the quality of living, because our housing stock is some of the worst in Europe in terms of health outcomes. So there's a whole host of things that this government could be doing to tackle the housing crisis. But yeah, loosening these mortgage regulations is certainly not one of them.